i dobrodošli. We wish a very warm welcome to all of you English-speaking visitors, and we hope that a different language won't be a barrier to worship with us tonight. Dobrodošli na ovogodišnje božićno bogosluženje. Sve što budemo svirali, pevali, govorili ili radili večeras, neka bude na slavu Isusa Hrista, čije je rođenje označilo osvit otkupljenja palog ljudskog roda. Izađi na visoku goru Sione, koji javljaš dobre glasove, podigni silno glas svoj Jerusalime, koji javljaš dobre glasove, podigni i ne boj se. Kaži gradovima Judinim, evo Boga vašega. Udružimo svoje glasove u proslavljanju i otpevajmo pesmu broj 19.
Divan sklad, slušaj pesmu glasnu, koju nebo peva sad. Slava Bogu, slava sva, svet visine nebeske, na zemlji nek je mir, Gospodin Isus rodi se, na zemlji nek je mir, Gospodin Isus rodi se.
Oče naš koji si na nebesima, u ime Tvoga Sina Isusa Hrista, našeg Spasitelja, ova pesma je otpevana Tebi u slavu i posle ove pesme u ovoj molitvi zahvaljujemo Ti, Gospode, za Tvoju ljubav koja je iskazana najviše i najmoćnije i najslavnije u daru Tvoga Sina Isusa Hrista, našeg Spasitelja. Zato, Gospode, neka večeras sve što se ovde kaže, sve što se ovde otpeva i odsvira, neka bude na proslavu Tvog svetog i velikog imena. Neka bude to naša mala, slaba, ljudska zahvalnost za veliko božansko delo i veliki božanski blagoslov. Ovo sve molimo, Oče naš, U ime Gospoda Isusa Hrista. Amen.
U osvit otkupljujuće milostite Božićne večeri, kada se vladar svemira spustio na ovu pobunjeničku planetu, da svoju decu izbavi od propasti, grešnici osuđeni na smrt nisu ga prepoznali. A u očima male naizgled bespomoćne bebe kao da se moglo pročitati: iz ljubavi prema tebi rodio sam se u ovoj jadnoj štali. Radi tebe sam ostavio svoje božansko veličanstvo i spustio se ovako nisko da te spasim. Daj mi svoje vreme, a ja ću ti dati svoju večnost. Daj mi svoje slabo telo, a ja ću ti ga preobraziti u večnu mladost. Daj mi svoje slomljeno srce, a ja ću ti dati ljubav svog božanskog srca. Daj mi svoje ništavilo, a ja ću ti dati sve. Oprosti, Gospode, što te nismo prepoznali. Sada sledi tačka Joshua Jaklić, klavir, Ukrainian Bell Carol. Pre par godina na ovom mestu, na jednom božićnom koncertu, počela je jedna priča. Pozivamo zato našeg brata Iliju da nam ispriča svoju božićnu priču. Pastor Saša će mu pomoći u tome. Primetit ćete odstupanja u vašim programima, ali izvinjavamo se, to je zbog malih tehničkih problema.
Yeah, we can just stay
okay.
here.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, feel comfortable. Well, welcome everybody. First, we are glad that you made it and that we can celebrate together Christmas and Jesus, with Jesus in focus, of course. And today here with us we have Elijah.
Hi.
And he came to our church 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, 6 months more or less. We don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, you don't remember.
Unless some of you recall the choir that was here. I don't know when it was. 2014.
Something
15,
like, and you were part of that choir.
Yes, I was part of the choir.
And that was the first time when you stepped into the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Yes, I was actually interested. By the time I was actually ripe to this, I knew it existed. I knew what you guys believed. That was the first time I was here. I was actually there. In fact, we didn't realize where I'm going. So we usually get notifications. We can be here. This is the address. This is the time. And I didn't realize it's a Saturday, and it's 10 a.m. I'm like, wait, we're in the church. Wait, it's a Saturday. I'm in the church on the Saturday. So I kind of clicked. I didn't realize. And then that was the first time where I visited you guys' church.
Okay,
I don't know if you guys remember.
So if I remember, it was Nevenka who invited Baptist choir, right?
No, it's actually a non-denominational choir.
Non-denominational?
There are members of 15 churches.
15 churches.
15 churches. And I believe there was only one member once was a Seventh-day Adventist. But that was before I became a Seventh-day Adventist.
And you were part of that choir?
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
Okay, so you came here, and
Yes.
what happened?
It wasn't really the actual presence here. It was actually more of a verification. The actual preparation took way back, where it began. I actually started in my research of the Bibles. I really like studying the history of the Bibles, where they come as far as the origin, the Greek versions of the Bible, the American versions of the Bible. And I met with one of the Baptist ministers at the time. He wasn't an official minister. What he didn't tell me at the time, he was a follower. He was a Sabbatarian. He kept the Sabbath. He wasn't a Seventh-day Adventist. He didn't tell anyone. We never knew about it. But he said, you know what? Yeah, you really like studying the Bibles. Let me give you a series. You go and then you listen to the guy. But be careful. The guy is Seventh-day Adventist. Be careful. He gave me a specific, let me find you the YouTube video. So I looked up the YouTube video. It was in Russian, so I translated it into English, found it. And it was a part of a 25 series of, what's his name? Flew out of my mind. He's South African. He's from South Africa. Walter White. So, and the part about the Bible was section 13, 14 out of 25. So 13 and 14. So I'm not sure about you guys, but I like to start from the beginning, not from the middle. I couldn't really, what if I missed something about the Bible and I started from section 1. And that's a short story where actually everything started. So by the time I got here...
So you watched his series prior to coming to our church?
Actually twice before I came over. Anyway, it was really interesting. I didn't watch it. So what I did, I converted the video to an audio because I couldn't watch videos at work. The nature of my work at the time, I was doing quality control. If you guys know what that is, I was working with mobile devices, smartphones, and I had, headphones in my ears, and I was just working. And no one really bothered me. I did my business. So for months and months, I listened to his series, and all of his series, twice. So I listened to the actual health reform and whatever he teaches. So that was kind of the intro. And as I listened to it, I'm like, this either is completely true, or he's crazy. Because you got to understand a Baptist perception. No, nothing is new for a Baptist. You will never introduce anything new. We know the truth. We are the ones who sit on the cliff of truth. We look below at everyone else to look for truth. And what I was listening, I'm like, he's totally converting things into his own perspective, or either he's right. I have to check. So I was really interested. So I kept listening and listening and listening, and quietly I changed. I
No,
would
did
say.
you ever think of visiting the Seventh Adventist?
Oh, never. I remember once. I lived, never. I mean, you got to understand how we Baptists react to these things. You guys know my last name, Grinovich, right? There's a Russian Baptist here, Seventh Adventist, who's Grinovich. I'm not related to him. So if you guys, everyone keeps asking me, especially when I started going to Seventh Adventist Church, are you related to this guy? I don't even know his name. I got to meet him someday. But he's Grinovich. Vladimir, yeah. I don't know him. But they kept asking me. And every time in school, I went to school here, people come over, are you a Subotnik? You're Subotnik. I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, really? Because that's a label, that's an icon, and it's really scary. It might sound funny, it's really scary for people who attach that nickname upon you. I mean, that's dreaded. You cannot do that. It's really... So when they called me, no, that wasn't me. And once I received the newspaper, and I believe there's a huge media outlet from Seventh Adventists, especially in Russian circles. And it picked up an article, was the main page, the significance of the Sabbath. And literally, I just threw it away because it can't be true. Because it cannot be true. So why bother reading it? So that's the attitude that I came from
with.
as far as that.
So you found yourself now in the Seventh Adventist Church. You had the knowledge, you had your attitude towards it. So what were you thinking about that time?
Well, first I was looking around. The actual women aspect of the church, it was different, but I'm open-minded. So that was that. Especially, I know Radmila was preaching about Revelation, songs in the Revelation. I believe there's 3 or 5. I don't remember. 5, yeah. So what I became more excited is when I announced there was food at the end. Not because I like eating food. You can see, I'm big, but not that big to like food to that extent. But the actual trying of the very first time I tried vegetarian food, and what that is. For me, vegetarian was, laughable. We laugh. I don't know, that's more of a not Seventh-day Adventist issue. We laugh from people who we used to. Well, not me anymore, but that was the first time I actually tried. So it was the first time I physically encountered an actual community where I can actually do this.
Okay, so what did that do for you? You went home and what happened?
Okay, I'm different. Some people are, I believe God is preparing for something for me. It wasn't easy. None of the steps were easy. What I'm saying is none. Every single obstacle on my journey to being a Seventh Adventist was not easy. And if you can say it wasn't even moderately easy, it was difficult. Starting from my own family, my own wife, she's here. But thank God everything turned out okay. But every single step was difficult. It was really hard. It was a regular person that would give up. It wasn't from God, because that can't be from God. If it was from God, it would be easy. But I didn't. So it was really tough. After we met, I happened to grab food right by the table where Radmila was grabbing the food, and I had to talk to someone because I had to. That's the first living person that I could talk to, now knowing what I knew. And then we spoke with Radmila and then sat here for 3 hours. You guys left. A couple of people were left. Me and Alex. Alex is not here anymore. He's visiting. We're in Granite Bay right now. So we sat down for 3 hours, and I blunt question after question. I kind of, bombarded Radmila. He patiently sat down with me and explained a lot of the things. And ever since, he invited me to his home, which is in Folsom, which is really far away because I lived in Antelope at the time. But the way things turned out, I was taking vocal lessons in that area. So I was driving to the vocal lesson. On the way back, I stopped at his house for, I think, more than a year for sure. I stopped over at his house, and every single week, we sat down and we did studied the Bible and discovering the truths that were absent in our theology as far as baptism.
When did you decide to become a Seventh-day Adventist?
It wasn't really okay, today. It wasn't like, I can't be. The very first public announcement that I'm a follower of a Sabbath, I started calling myself a Seventh-day Baptist first. I was okay, I'm a Baptist, but I'm a Seventh-day Adventist Baptist. I never knew it existed before then. So I started calling myself a Seventh-day Baptist, but at the time I was a small church group leader. I was involved with youth. I was an assistant to the pastor, and then I had a youth choir. So, and that gave a lot of exposure to people and I can't really not talk. Although I'm an introvert, I cannot not talk, so I had to say things. So when then I started speaking, then rumors started to spread in my Baptist church. And if that rumor that you're a Sabbath keeper in a Baptist church, it's really deadly as far as your reputation. And I have cousins and uncles who are pastors of big churches here, the biggest ones here in the area. So the rumor spread really relatively quickly. And then we had one Bible study once, and then some people arranged the way so I would get a question about Q&A, questions and answers, and I got a question, what about the Sabbath in the Bible? So, and that was the first time in public he said, I am following the Sabbath. But by the time what does that mean? I don't know. I didn't know what that means to follow the Sabbath. What am I supposed to do now? Because really, it's easy for people who grew up in it, but as far as what do I do? Okay, I want to keep the Sabbath. What is that? So it was a journey.
So you became a Seventh-day Adventist, and how things changed for you after that? Are you in touch with people from your old church, and how do they look at your new decision?
So after I said my public statement, nothing really happened as far as people weren't really, they didn't really want to talk to me. First off, because they were afraid, because I knew how to talk back, especially when I started going to law school. They didn't really want to interact directly. So eventually a pastor came over to my house. We had to talk to him, and he wanted to, see where I'm at, because I had prospects this year. You had leadership material. So they wanted to see if that's the case now. After that meeting, he said that was a no, and everyone understood. And ever since we started coming to the church, we were looked at as a heretic, heretic. You don't really belong here anymore. Especially, I dared to. I had the audacity to tell about Sabbath to the choir. And it wasn't like we were gathering. I was the conductor. And I wasn't really preaching to him, but the way circumstances worked out, I really connected because I wasn't old. I'm really young. I have a beard, but I'm really young. And I really connected to the younger people with the choir. I was like their older brother, like a guidance. I could answer. I read a lot of books, so I could answer a lot of the questions that pastors couldn't really answer, really very specific, that they're not really going to ask a pastor. So, and they actually were willing to meet up on a Saturday morning at 7 a.m. in a cafe. To talk, just to talk. If you think about it, teenagers, high school, meeting up Saturday in the morning. So we had people meet up, and then we were just talking, discussing. I was sharing some of the truths. They were just looking to me as an example as what I was doing. I was actually visiting the church. I was like a single dad with a ring going alone to a Seventh-day Adventist church. I can't really do anything because my wife wasn't going with me at the time. But I was actually visiting fairly frequently. I went to Granite Bay Church. But afterwards, it started escalating. And once at one of the meetings, State of the Dead, the very controversial topic, it was a kind of a conversation. And then one of the girls who was sitting around the coffee, everyone had coffee, they were eating something or were discussing. And then the discussion came to State of the Dead. What does it actually mean not to have life? That was more surprising, more than the Saturday, because I understand the logic of Saturday, but how we as Baptists could ignore that you will not have life. I could understand how we can ignore that concept. It was really interesting. So it took them like 3 minutes. There was a question I answered, something about State of the Dead, that what happens after death. And this girl heard it. This girl heard, like she was a Baptist, and then she came home and told her mom. Once she told her mom, everything broke loose. How could that possibly, first off, she called every single parent, I believe, in the choir. She called all the pastors. Who is he and how dare is he to tell? Because I don't have an official theological education. I technically can't teach anyone. So that's where it started spreading, and then we felt this alienation from the church. And within a month, it was really an emotionally difficult time. Within 1 month in the church, I lost a choir. I lost a small group. I was leading a small group, Bible group. Everyone left. And I lost any prospect as far as being a leader. And you got to understand, I was in church, like ministry, since I was 16. And I lost everything within a month. I didn't have anything. And that's in turn to my parents, which are both parents, in-laws. And then one side called me mentally crazy. And they actually meant it. And my dad called me Judaist, like it's like popular, popular. You're trending, you're just trying to show off. So I had really no one, no expression, So for basically emotionally, I lost some of them for a time, So.
Elijah, we have to wrap up right
Yes, I
now.
understand. Sorry.
I believe that God really set everything up for you, because you wouldn't show up He arranged a situation where you would find yourself in the Seventh-day Adventist Church and started your journey. So that's at least my impression about everything as I hear you speaking. And we'd like you to come back and share the whole story with us.
Yes, there's a lot of underlying things, a lot of things that happen. But generally, God is leading. People are turning back. My dad no longer argues with me. He cannot argue with me anymore because he can't really argue the Bible. So my in-laws stopped arguing with me, partially because, you know, I'm mentally growing older. They're growing older. We're growing older, so that's how it happens. But anyway, we're grateful that we're in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. We keep touch with Radmil. We're happy that he was a key person who helped in this situation. And we're still growing. I'm still doing a lot of research. I'm currently doing publishing, so God has been leading me this way too. So it was really a pleasure. And looking back, it's really a good experience that I can share with other people. So thank you all. You probably didn't realize what happened then. I didn't even realize what happened then, but I'm grateful that I could be back and share this story here with you. So
thank you, Elijah. God bless you.
Thank you.
Hvala za ovo divno iskustvo. A u narednom bloku Boga će proslaviti svojim talentima najpre gudački trio Stanić, zatim naš sjajni orkestar i Stefan Anđelković. Kako je toplo i kako drago kad se u domu nov život javi. Nežan ko osmeh prolećne zore, čist kao kristal rose u travi. Al prvi pozdrav upućen svetu nije ni osmeh, ni pesma tiha, već gorkim plačem i bolnom suzom davno se ljudska kolevka njiha. I do te bolne kolevke naše saže se nebo s plavih visina. Zaplaka tada nad ljudskim rodom prvim suzama Božijeg sina. Zašto se rodio ko dete ljudsko? Da mu svet suzom otvori oči. Zašto zameni radost i slavu za staze bolnih dana i noći? Čemu je trebala ta staja prosta, taj pregršt slame i glas te noći, da Božji sin je ko čovek rođen i kao čovek svetom će proći? Rodio se zato da teret podeli, da zemlji donese dobre nade glas. Došao je zato da nas nebu vrati. Radujte se stoga, rođen je za vas. U narednom bloku gospoda će proslaviti sa svojim numerama Nikola Flores, Tamara Anđelković, Rade Božić i Tamara i Saša Anđelković.
i da si ostavljen sam u noći greha. O, zar ne vidiš da tu pored tebe prijatelj s ljubavlju sad pruža ti ruku. On je nosio teret i bol celoga sveta. On će izbrisati bol iz srca tvoj. On je nosio teret i bol celoga sveta. Znaj da te prima kod dragog sina svoj. Sebi zove te on, umornog slabog, i pruža odmor svoj. Zašto ostavljamo mi stazu života i zašto krenemo tad pogrešnim putem? Zar ima razloga da gubimo nadu, iako znamo da s njim prepreka nema? On je nosio teret i bol celoga sveta. Pevajmo zajedno svi jer smo spaseni. On je nosio teret i bol celoga sveta. On će izbrisati bol iz srca tvoj. On je nosio teret i bol celoga sveta. Znaj da te prima kod dragog sina svoj. On je nosio teret i bol celoga sveta. Pevajmo zajedno svi jer smo spaseni. Jer smo spaseni. Jer smo spaseni.
Jer nam se rodi dete, sin nam se dade, kome je vlast na ramenu, i ime će mu biti divni, savetnik, Bog silni, Otac večni, knez mirni. Njemu na slavu pevaće najpre Danilo Poljak, zatim će svirati Stefan Anđelković, Mateo Arsov i Tamara Anđelković.
O sveta noć, dok zvezde sjaj svoj šalju, u tebi spas sveta tog rodi se. Vekovi mnogi čekali su željno spasenja čas koji Bog daje gled. Kroz noć jada zla nebo radost javlja i mir širi svu divne pesme glas. O, čujte svi taj glas što radost nosi za vas je rođen Isus spas. O noć, o divna noć, o sveta noć. Ustaju, gled, car neba sad se spusti, ostavi sjaj, slavu svu neba svog. On radost nosi srcu punom jada i dobru vest da nas još ljubi Bog. Kroz noć jada zla nebo radost javlja i mir širi svu divne pesme glas. O, čujte svi taj glas što radost nosi za vas, za vas je rođen Isus spas. O noć, o divna noć, o sveta noć, o čujte svi taj glas što radost nosi za vas, za vas je rođen Isus spas. O noć, o divna noć, o sveta noć.
više, mnogo ti se piše. Ako činiš mnogo, a mogao bi više, malo ti se piše. Ovo su stihovi Čikajove zmaje i voljela bih da o njima razmišljamo dok prikupljamo naš dobrovoljni dar. Zamolila bih đakone da nam u tome pomognu. One noći, kad je nad Davidovim gradom tajanstvena zvezda rasula srebro svoje, jedan je slepi prosjak na bednom ležaju svome sanjao kako gleda prekrasne dugine boje. One noći, kad su brežuljci Vitlejema odzvanjali pesmom sreće da je rođen spas, jedan je tužni čovek okovan zidom tišine sanjao kako čuje nepoznat mio glas. One noći, kad se uz nežnost brižne majke tek rođeni Isus slatkom snu predao sav, jedan se gubavac bedni u snu srećno smešio, sanjajući da je opet, kao nekad, čist i zdrav. One noći, kad se rodio spasitelj sveta, a svetom je carovalo tužno, nesrećno doba, jedan je samrtnik bolni u predahu svojih muka sanjao da više nema bolesti, smrti ni groba. Sada je na redu jedno kratko duhovno razmišljanje koje će sa nama imati pastor Saša.
We're going to turn to the Gospel of Luke, chapter 2, well-known nativity story, which says that Joseph and Mary had to travel. And it says, "It came to pass in those days that a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This census first took place while Quirinius was governing Syria. So all went to be registered, everyone to his own city. Joseph also went up from Galilee out of the city of Nazareth into Judea to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house of lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed wife, who was with child. So it was while they were there, the days were completed for her to be delivered, for her to deliver her firstborn son. And she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling cloths and laid him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn." Now you can just imagine how it was traveling that much. There was a census. Obviously, government wanted to know who lives there, who is paying taxes, who is not paying taxes, right? And they wanted all the names listed. And there they were traveling, and as they were traveling, she had to deliver a baby. And she did. And they had some, pieces of cloth or something. They wrapped him up, and now they're looking for a place to stay. Now, at that time, especially, if it was a festival or occasion like this, a census, there was not really enough room for everybody who came over to that particular city, in this case, Bethlehem. Something like nowadays in Sacramento, it's very hard to find anything to rent. And if you go towards Santa Rosa, where they had all those fires, then they say it's impossible to find any apartment to rent. Well, something like that happened to them. So they're coming to this inn, hoping, okay, maybe they have a room for us. And the man said, well, unless you want to stay, with animals. And they're like, well, we'll take. What do you do with a little baby? You got to stay somewhere. And it says that they had to stay in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. And I was thinking, okay, who would I be in this nativity story? We know about wise men coming, bringing all those great gifts. And we know about shepherds, and it's nice to think of them because, yes, they were not as rich and popular and educated as wise men were. But they recognized Jesus, and there in the Bible you read about them, so it's good to be a shepherd, right? But I didn't think that I would belong to one or another group, and I think much of the world belongs to a different group. So I found myself in the character of the owner of the inn. And most of the world today is sympathetic towards Jesus, at least in the States. There are people who don't maybe believe as much, and there are some people who are atheists, but generally all of us are sympathetic towards Jesus. And many claim to be Christians, yet we don't have room for him. You know, when Jesus came to this world, there was no room for him. And it's like that today, you know. And those who accept Jesus, maybe they give him a little room, or, you know, manger, or somewhere, but not a main room. And but the story of Jesus, takes a different spin later on. But before that, it's interesting to see that in the Gospel of John, one of the very first words that we find in the Gospel of John is written in chapter 1, verses 10 through 11. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But God did not turn his back on us. You know, he came to this world, and as soon as he was born, there was no room for him. And that was kind of his destiny, his faith on this earth. Yet this is how Jesus addressed his disciples in the Gospel of John, chapter 14. And we know these by heart. It says, Jesus is talking to them, and before he was going to leave, he says, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions." Not a room, not a manger, a mansion. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may be also. Amen. Where I am, there you may be also. Not in a manger, not in a guest room, but in my room, where I am. What a wonderful love of God. What a wonderful gospel message. This world did not have room for Jesus Christ. Yes, he is building a mansion for you. He wants you to be with him in his room, in his presence. And I wanted to encourage all of you this Christmas to make a decision to also give to Jesus the main room in your heart, in your house. He really wants to be, he will accept a manger. He did. And he wants to be as close to us as possible. But the ideal is really for him to live in our living room, in our living space. And then he will bring this light into your life. And Christmas will be every day, and everything will be decorated every day. So may God bless you and your families, and may you decide this Christmas to move Jesus from manger or a guest room into your own main living room in your house. May God bless you and Merry Christmas.
Na kraju ovog bogosluženja pozivam još jednom orkestar da nam pomogne da otpevamo posljednju pesmu. Danilo će nam pomoći da lepo otpevamo. A vas molim da nakon molitve ostanete na svojim mjestima jer imamo još jednu specijalnu tačku.
Shall we pray? Our Father in heaven, we praise you this Christmas season, just remembering and focusing once again on your birth, your ministry, what you did for us, brings joy because we realize once again how much you loved us and how much you're still extending your grace and your love towards each one of us. And it is our prayer that this season will allow you to come closer to us, to live within us, to live in the center of our lives. We want to give you the pedestal of our heart. And I pray that you would bless everybody here and their families, that we would all make that decision to let you come very close. We thank you for hearing and answering this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Nadam se da ste uživali u ovom divnom programu.
I hope that you've enjoyed this wonderful program.
Kako smo divno blagosloveni.
We are very blessed.
Pavle nas poziva da se radujemo svagda.
Paul invites us to always be joyful.
Kad imate prilike, čitajte kod kuće 5. glavu 1. Solunjanima.
When you have time at home, read the 5th chapter of the 1st Thessalonians.
U 17. stihu nas poziva da se radujemo, da se molimo Bogu bez prestanka, na svemu da zahvaljujemo, jer je ovo Božja volja u Hristu Isusu.
And this verse invites us to always be joyful and to always pray at all times because of Jesus Christ.
Ali par stihova ranije poziva nas,
but just few verses before that we are invited.
Molim vas pak, braćo, prepoznajte one koji se trude među vama.
Please, brothers, recognize those who are working hard amongst you.
Možda mi to ne volimo ili svi radimo za Gospoda.
Maybe we don't like that because all of us are working for the Lord.
Ali ima oni koji su malo više ove godine se trudili, odnosno učinili i uradili.
There are some who invested a little bit more effort this year.
I kako nas Pavle poziva, mi kao crkva prepoznajemo to.
And as Apostle Paul invited us, we as a church want to recognize that.
I ovo je trenutak da se zahvalimo onima koji su se zaista trudili.
And this is a time for us to say thank you to those who really tried hard.
Da bi večeras imali divan program.
So that we would have a nice program tonight.
Sa ovako puno talenata.
With these many talented people.
Zorana se jako puno trudila, ne samo večeras.
Zorana really invested so much effort.
Vi bi voleli da dođe da je crkva vidi i da crkva zahvali.
Yeah. Of course, this is our music director who tirelessly worked to help us prepare this. Read carefully.
Sljedeća osoba je osoba koju moramo da vidimo kad odavde idemo da nešto pojedemo i popijemo.
This next person is the one that we have to meet as we are coming out towards the fellowship hall to eat something.
To je Goga.
And that's Goga.
Ja ne znam kako da je dozovem, a evo dolazi.
Oh, there she's coming. And this is our chef. Goga, you read carefully your card too.
Isto tako u kuhinji, da bi to sve lepo bilo, vi znate da nam tu jako puno pomaže Irena i Joza Jaklić koji su isto tako večeras, Irena nije tu, ali Joza je tu, ja bih ga pozvao. Vi svi znate koliko se naš brat Joza trudi.
In the same way, Joseph and Irene Jacklick, we want to recognize what they're doing for us. So I'm inviting Joseph to come up here. Yeah, Irene had to leave, unfortunately, but. And it says music department on your apron. It does. Thank you, Jozo.
Dve osobe, bračni par Kekić.
Two people, Kekić.
Prisutni u životu crkve.
They're very much present in the life of our church.
Ne samo na jednom bogosluženju i svečanosti kako je ovo večeras.
Not only at the special occasions like tonight,
već u toku cele godine.
But throughout the year.
Dolazimo u crkvu.
And we come to our church.
I pitamo gde je buletin.
And we ask where's the bulletin.
Pitamo i mnoge druge stvari, ali evo prilike da Adriana i Jovan Kekić dobiju ovu zahvalnost.
And this is an opportunity for us to extend our gratitude towards Jovan and Adriana Kekić.
Blagenik zna kako se pazi na koverat.
Isto tako,
in the same way,
vi ste videli pastora Luneta.
Pastor Lune was just here.
I vi znate koliko puta i koliko se trudi da nam propoveda kad naš pastor nije tu.
And you know how much time he invests preaching when our pastor is away.
I vi svi to prepoznajemo kao crkva.
And we recognize that as a church.
Iako je u penziji,
even though he's retired,
on i dalje nam pomaže i služi uz Božje reči.
He's still ministering from the word of God.
I mi kao crkva to prepoznajemo.
And we want to recognize that.
Nije za Deda Boža. Imamo mi i našeg glavnog pastora koji je sa nama i koji se zaista trudi da mnogi delovi u crkvi funkcionišu.
And we also have with us our main pastor who is trying hard to make sure everything works well together.
I što se tiče tehnike,
even including the sound system, PA system,
crkve,
church,
ali što je najvažnije, koji brine za sve nas.
But more importantly, he cares for all of us.
I mi kao crkva prepoznajemo i zahvaljujemo.
And we as a church want to recognize that. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's probably not the Bible, right?
No.
On je njemu dali. A gde je jedna za tebe?
To je sad drugi put.
No, wait.
No, drugi put.
Okay, drugi put, but I want to thank you as well. I mean, you included everybody else, but yourself.
Okay.
So
that's fine. Next time.
You are also instrumental in supporting our church life and church services.
Thank you.
And when I'm not here, it's two of you, and you as a head elder, as a leader, you're always here. We can count on you. So I thank you, and I want to share this with you. We're going to do this together.
Thank you. Teško je biti bez vas, sarađivati, raditi. So, drago mi je da mogu da sarađujem.
Thank you.
Naš starešina je u stvari organizovao ovo iznenađenje za sve nas ove večeri.
Our head elder organized this surprise for all of us.
I svi smo prijatno iznenađeni.
And we are all surprised.
A ja sam jedan od onih koji je neprijatno iznenađen.
And I'm the one who is unpleasantly
ja stvarno nisam očekivao da ću se naći među onima kojima će dati biti priznanje, ali zahvaljujemo.
But I'm very grateful.
Još samo jedan trenutak. Mi smo danas prepodne obeležili rođendan vernika u našoj crkvi koji je napunio 90 godina.
This morning we recognized the birthday of one of our church members who turned 90.
Da spomenemo to još jednom.
And we want to mention that once
On je
again.
sa nama ovde, to je brat Božidar Stojković.
And he's with us, brother Bozidar Stojković.
On je dobio danas kovertu,
He got his card today.
a obezbedio je ovo divno cveće za nas u crkvi.
He provided this wonderful bouquets for us at the church.
Ali samo jedan zanimljiv detalj.
But one very interesting
Njegov
detail.
rođendan je decembar 25.
His birthday is December 25th.
Mi znamo da Isusov rođendan nije decembar 25.
We know that Jesus' birthday does not fall on December 25th.
Ali brata Božidara rođendan je zaista decembar 25.
But brother Bozidar, his birthday is on December 25th.
A da li znate otkud njemu ime Božidar?
And do you know where his name comes from?
On bi komotno mogao da bude nazvan Božić.
Yeah. His name means God's gift, but in our language, Bozidar and Božić or Christmas sound alike.
Neka ga Gospod blagoslovi i on je zaista srećan što rođendan proslavlja kad celi svet ima neko proslavljanje.
And we want him many blessings from God as he's celebrating his birthday, as the whole world is celebrating Christ.
Još jednom
Christmas,
Božji blagoslov
Christmas
za
season.
brata Božidara.
And God bless you once.
Hvala Gospodu za divne darove i blagoslove koje imamo kao crkva, kao Božja porodica. Ovo je trenutak kad bi vas pozvao da svi zajedno pređemo u onu salu, da imamo zajedničko vreme, da imamo zajedničku večeru i ja bih vas sve pozvao da pređemo sada tamo i da budemo zajedno na večeri. Pozovi.